has made it 2 and made the position on the head much better for England. We might see the big guns now from Belliss. It's going to be very hard for him to draw a shot. If he does draw a shot, he'll try and draw it off the forehand and get a slip off his own wing bowl. There's a bowl that's adjacent to the jack. He's going for the big hit. Oh, he got it off the front bowl and has killed the end. So 6 kills, and at the moment it's 3-all. England have killed the end 3 times. New Zealand have killed it 3 times.
Well, here's the drive from Peter Belliss, and although he was slightly off target, things in the end worked out for him very well indeed, and he splayed the jack very much like David Bryant did on an earlier end. Well, we're seeing a match here which is going to go again right to the wire, like the triples match did this morning between Scotland and New Zealand, finally won by New Zealand by 18 shots to 15. And the gold medals go to Ian Dickerson, Morgan Moffat, and this man that Brendan Telf was talking to, Phil Scoglan.
Well, Phil Scoglan, I'm pleased to say that you're looking a little more relaxed now than you were about an hour or 2 ago out there. There were some pretty grim, tense faces amongst the 6 gentlemen down on that rink, particularly over those last couple of ends.
Well, it was a tight game all the way, Brendan, and we'd battled to keep in the game because I think Scotland did play extremely well in the early part and could quite easily run away from us.
That's right. I'm sure a lot of people will be saying to themselves that how did New Zealand win this match? It seemed to be that throughout the whole match, from the first end to the last end, that you were struggling to hang on to these fellas.
Yes, I think you know, they played so well as a team. If one failed, the other 2 were around, and at times there was only one of us left. Fortunate enough, in the latter part of the game, we all started putting them together at the right times and slowly pegged back a couple of threes, which got us back in the firing line.
They often talk about a break point in a game of bowls. In this match here, was it on the 12th end when you stuck your noses in front for the first time?
Well, I think we stuck our nose in front for one end, and then it then trailed again. No, at no stage was I confident that we would run away with the game. You know, a tight game, possibly Lady Luck will play the major part of the finish, but it was a game that with very little luck in it. Possibly just at the right times, we picked up a 3 and got that 1 point in front, and then Ian Dickerson played a couple of very solid ends right at the finish and made it pretty difficult for him.
How unsettling was it having to start the match in those wet, misty conditions?
Very similar to the conditions that we played the final of the Fours in Aberdeen 4 years ago. It was a very similar sort of day, possibly not quite so warm in Aberdeen as it was here, but we played in drizzle virtually all that day too.
Phil, it seemed every time our close-up camera cut to a shot of Phil Scoglan down there today, you had a cigarette in your hand. I imagine it must have been a fairly expensive 4 hours out there for you today.
Well, I actually checked my packet, and yeah, I smoked a bit more than I normally do, so it must have been a reasonably expensive game.
Of course, it's been a marvellous career for you, Phil. We go back to your singles championship and back in the 50s and the Commonwealth Games gold medal in 1974. Where does this one sit in the career of Phil Scoglan in terms of highlights?
Well, just to correct you, Brendan, I haven't won a gold medal up until today, but it's certainly a high for me. It's you know, the winning New Zealand title was my first objective, and then to represent New Zealand. And since I've been representing New Zealand, the goal has been a goal. It's taken a long time to come, but I'm pleased for myself, and I'm very pleased for Morgan because he hadn't won one. And Ian Dickerson, while it's nothing new to Ian as far as gold medals, new to him in world bowling events, it's a great thrill.
Now you've got to start all over again tomorrow in the Fours. Have you got mentally, how difficult is that going to be to come down off this high and go back into section play?
If the Fours had started this afternoon, I would have thought it would have been reasonably difficult. But having the afternoon off to support our peers, colleagues, and tonight, no doubt we'll celebrate to a certain extent. We've got a fairly tough manager, and Kerry will ensure that the team are prepared and ready for tomorrow.
How do you think Peter and Rowan are going in their pairs final at the moment?
Well, I think, as the media have already said, I think they are the two best pairs in the world. It's going to be a game where possibly Lady Luck may decide the gold, and hopefully the luck will favour our guys.
Phil Scogden, congratulations once again on skipping the New Zealand triples to the gold medal, and we wish you all the best for the next 7 days in the fours, and perhaps we'll see you back here in 7 days' time with another gold medal around your neck.
That'd be lovely. Thanks, Ben.
So back on the action in the pairs match, England holding shot, and that's the bowl that Peter Belliss a moment ago went for. It's a rather alone England bowl there, and Tony Allcock certainly knows that. He'll be trying to draw another one close. That's just splitting the two New Zealand bowls. Excellent, says David Bryant. Now the little forcing shot from Peter Belliss. With a bit of weight. New Zealand on the replay of the fourth end, leading by 4 shots to 1. One second only now to New Zealand, pushing the other one through.
That forced Belliss to change his mind, and he's now drawing. Umbrellas come up.
Okay.
England have a bowl in the running.
Oh, he's given the shot away. Bad luck, Tony Allcock. He was just a little too heavy. That helps the New Zealand cause. You heard Phil Scogden say a little while ago that this may be decided with a little help from Lady Luck, and that's what the bowlers call the rub of the green.
In fact, that's what Phil Scogden a few moments said you had to have.
Last time, eh?
One to New Zealand. They've played 4 ends, and New Zealand lead by 5 shots to 1. almost full length end. That's a better opening from the English champion.
It's David Bryant right on the button, holding shot for England.
Come on down, Rowan. Okay. Right, he's on your way. Right. Okay. Too big to score, mate.
Belliss will be looking for his partner to play this beyond the jack, coming into the back.
Close. Close.
Well, according to Tony Allcock, the shot is still England's. But an encouraging applause there by the crowd for Rowan Brassey. Great bowl.
Well played, Dave.
Jack and bowl into the ditch. So we have a
Come on. You one down.
exact
You one up
replica
now.
of a head that we had earlier.
Well done.
I don't really remember which because we've had 6 kills somewhere in there. But it's up to the skips now to see how close they can draw to the jack, which is in the ditch. And of course their bowl can't go